She is completely unexplainable. You think she's a good girl, but once you get to know her, you realize she's everything. She's crazy, she's funny, she's honest. You never know what she'll do next.
Yay! Woo! Well, we're getting a little bit more into 2024. How are you guys feeling here in Florida? The other day, I was down at Starbucks, and I got to tell you, I felt like I should have been under a blanket because it's getting a little brisk here, a little chilly. I've got my collar on today, and I have a wonderful guest, Dr. Kevin Usry. Kevin, say hello to my people here, my people.
Hello, everyone. Happy New Year.
Anyway, I've got a great question for you, Kevin.
Sure.
To start out this discussion, how long do you wish people a Happy New Year? Like, when is it like it's over? Like, quit wishing me a Happy New Year. Like, when do you get tired of hearing it?
I was thinking about the same thing myself today. I think until you're well entrenched into the new year and maybe 3 months, and maybe you just say Happy Year.
Well, someone told me that actually Larry David brought this up, and he said to me that Larry David said maybe January 15th is like the end. Like, quit wishing people a Happy New Year. It's already the new year. It's already the year. It's not the new year anymore. So what do you think of that idea? Maybe, like, this is it. After this podcast, we're not saying Happy New Year anymore. What do you say? What do you think?
As long as you offer them something positive as you're leaving. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Happy New Year, happy day, whatever. Just leave them with a positive feeling.
All right. Well, it's from your words to God's ears, from your mouth to God's ears to my listeners' ears. We're going to go with that. Okay, this is it. After this podcast, you're not going to hear Happy New Year anymore. We're just going to go on with it's the year. We're going to call it the year, not the new year. Okay? Is that okay with you, Kevin?
Have a great year.
Okay, anyway, Kevin is here from All American Wellness, and I'm so excited. He reached out to me on Facebook, and I've got to tell you how we know each other. I'm not sure if you all know, my family and my father, who I know you've heard me talk about recently because he just passed away in October. He founded this magazine, the American Chiropractor Magazine, and we have a 4-page spread in here, thanks to my sister, Jacqueline. I'm part of the executive team. My brother, Dr. Joe Bush, Jacqueline Bush is the publisher, and J.R. Bush. We're all working on this together. My brother, Richard Bush in Indiana, is a very famous chiropractor. I'm not sure if you've heard of him. Have you?
Well, I'm sure he's well known in the industry.
Yeah, he is. And I even have a picture in here to show my mom, just in case any of you want to see what my mom looked like. She passed away very young, but there you go. You can see my mom. And right there in that corner picture, some people say I have her hair. I don't know what you think. But anyway, this is how we know each other. My family founded the American Chiropractor Magazine, my father and my mother. This is how they started their life together. Publishing a magazine for the chiropractors. And so then Dr. Usry, Dr. Kevin here, found me through this, I guess. Then how? Through following me on social media, or what was it?
I was stalking you on Facebook.
You were stalking me on Facebook. Well, I love to hear that. I love to hear that. And then, so we didn't really even make a connection. When would we make a connection? I don't remember.
Well, I knew I wanted to get in touch with you and use this as a medium to spread my message after you had Dr. Robert Klein, who's the president of the FCA, on the
Florida
podcast.
Chiropractic Association Council. It's the biggest in chiropractic.
I like your style. I like your honesty and transparency. And I think the people that are drawn to you are the kind of people I want to work with.
Well, that's what he said to me yesterday. He wrote me an amazing, long testimonial, and he was like, I think the people that are drawn to you are the kind of people that I'm going to want to work with. So anyway, we're here so you can meet Dr. Kevin Usry and learn more about him, and because people do business with those that they know and like, right? So he wanted to come on and introduce himself to you guys, and any kind of referrals you want to send to him or anything like that, you're going to hear more about his practice right now. And so how long have you been a chiropractor, Kevin, Dr. Kevin?
39 years a chiropractor, 40 years an applied kinesiologist.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. I know I looked at your website, and there were like so many degrees you have, so many licenses you have. I was really impressed. It's really impressive. So, where did you get most of your education? I mean, I saw a number of different degrees there.
Well, Florida Atlantic University, Southern California Technical University, various bodies that do postgraduate programs, the American Council of Clinical Nutritionists, the International College of Applied Kinesiology, the American College of Addictionology and Obsessive Behavior. Right now, the American Council of Acupuncturists. I'm going to take my boards on acupuncture next month.
That's wonderful. Have you? So you've not been practicing that acupuncture yet?
Not yet. No,
That's
you're not
gonna
allowed
be
to do it until
that's
they
gonna be an
certify you.
amazing. That's gonna be an amazing addition to your practice, I think.
Well, my daughter, who runs the practice, is actually an acupuncturist, so we offer that in our clinic right now.
You're talking about Heather?
Yes.
I met Heather, and she's amazing. I don't know if
She
you
is
got any of the
amazing.
videos that but she was in one of the videos, Ben, that I sent you. I don't know if you're gonna be able to get any of those up, but she's an amazing addition to your practice. And she walked me through the whole place when I visited, and talked to me all the way through it, and told me about how everything works and everything like that. Do you have any of those pictures that I sent you? Anyway, those will come up anyway.
Yeah, I'll pull them up as you guys are talking.
Yeah.
Every parent looks to see what type of legacy they live and what they leave. And as far as I'm concerned, Heather's my legacy, and I couldn't be happier.
So would you say kinesiology is the treatment that you specialize in?
Yes.
So can you describe exactly what kinesiology is? Because a lot of my viewers aren't familiar with it.
Well, applied kinesiology is an approach towards healthcare. It's a diagnostic approach, and there are treatments that are also under the umbrella of applied kinesiology. It's really directed towards functional neurology, functional biochemistry, and functional biomechanics. A lot of people in the lay public probably know us in terms of muscle testing, and it's true that is one of the tools we use in applied kinesiology, but if you have functional problems, no matter what they may be, it falls under the realm of what applied kinesiology can treat and treat well.
Now tell me, who is the patient that that you're most likely to be able to help? Who is the patient that should be looking for you? When they see you today, they should be like, oh my gosh, there's a doctor that can help me. Who is the ideal patient for you?
Anyone who has health conditions that are affecting their everyday life and impacting them negatively, anyone who is not sure whether they have a disease or a functional problem, we offer a free 15-minute evaluation and consultation, and that way we'll be able to help you right away know whether you're best off looking towards the medical field to deal with your issues or look for practitioners that do more in the way of functional medicine. And after that, you can start deciding what you want to do in the way of trusting your healthcare practitioner.
How long does treatment usually take for one of these patients?
I don't mean to be evasive, but it really depends on the complexity of the case. If someone has simple subluxation issues, you adjust the subluxations, you teach them proper posture and proper lifestyle tools that they can implement into their life. And generally speaking, they could come maybe once every couple of weeks and enjoy good functional health.
Now, I probably should have asked you this. I just thought of it just now, but can you think of like was your craziest story of a patient that came in to get treatment from you? Can you think of anything off the top of your head right now?
Yeah, I
Okay,
can.
good. I'm excited because I forgot to ask you to get that ready for this.
Well, I saw a Vietnam veteran who had rappelled out of a helicopter and landed on the ground at maybe 30 miles an hour and shattered his tibia.
Oh my goodness.
They put it back together in the field, didn't do exactly the best job they could have. And since those days, he had suffered with chronic pain.
Mm-hmm.
And I had treated his wife for other conditions of her digestion and headache issues and was successful with her. So she nagged him until he came in. He was a big man, maybe 6'5", and a bit intimidating. And so he
I
says,
bet.
"So can you fix this?" And I said, "Well, I don't know. We'll give it a try. We'll see what that does." And I do the work of Dr. Walter Schmidt, who was a brilliant physician. And so a lot of my confidence comes from years of his teaching and years of his success in taking care of other patients. So it's a very simple technique called injury recall technique. It was taught to him, interestingly enough, by a podiatrist. It took maybe 5 seconds, and I did what I did, and he looked at me, and again, back to the intimidating part. And I'm wondering why he's looking at me. He says, "Are you serious?" I said, "Well, it's done. This is what we do." And he started crying. And he said, "This is the first time in years that I haven't had pain."
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, come back and see us, and we'll keep an eye on you, and we'll do more work." And of course, like human nature, I never saw him again.
Oh. I think I think it's really something that probably you deal with a lot is when like someone like that, some big man that's used to being in total control of his emotions, and you allow him to release those emotions. And do you see that a lot?
I do.
That people
do.
then they disappear because that was something they weren't ready to be in touch with.
Well, we're a family practice. We're a close-knit team. We're a loving team. And I think people sense that as soon as they come in. And gosh, Heather is the first person they see, and they just fall in love with her. So by the time I get to see the patients, they've already been made to feel very welcomed. And Paul is very welcoming. We spend time with the patients doing their vital statistics a few minutes before they come in, and they're already feeling very comfortable in the facility. When I come in, I've already got pretty much a captive audience.
Yeah, great. Well, now, so what all could you help with? What kind of conditions are? I'm sure you run the gamut of a long list. I saw all of your awards and your degrees and everything, and licenses. So I'm sure you have a big range of people.
Well, I've been around a long time, 39 years doing this.
39 years.
I haven't been idle. I've been continuing my education, and yes, we do treat a host of issues. I think when people think of chiropractors, they think of some sort of adjustive care, musculoskeletal, and really what we do in our practice is more akin to what a family practitioner does. We treat all arrays of functional health problems, and I do want to stress we don't treat disease. We treat functional problems. Your free 15-minute evaluation and consult will go right in that direction. Do you have a disease or do you have a functional problem? And if you do, many people have functional problems such as the 8 common headache syndromes, migraines, mental health issues, sleep issues, issues with fatigue, issues with digestion, issues with things known as dysbiosis, Google it, things that cause them chronic fatigue and difficulty sleeping. And of course, we do the musculoskeletal work as well. We work with neck pain and arm pain, low back pain and leg pain. We have a whole array of physiotherapy machines. We do decompression. We use laser therapy. We've been doing it since 1997. So we have a lot of experience and a lot of expertise to offer our community.
Wow, that's excellent. I'm so glad that you got in touch with me so I can make sure that all of my viewers know exactly where to go when they need assistance with something like this.
Well, thank you for having me and giving that medium and that message to the community. I really appreciate it.
It's a blessing. We mail the American Chiropractor magazine to 50,000 chiropractic offices each month. 13 issues a year. Our 13th issue is an annual buyer's guide, a directory for the entire chiropractic profession. So anyway, reach out to the doctor here if there's anything that he can help you up with. And as well, you can reach out to me and I can maybe direct you to a chiropractor in your area closer if maybe this isn't going to work for you. But anyway, Ben, do you have that tape ready by any chance?
Oh, I do. Yes, I do. Let me pull that up for you.
I visited Dr. Usry's office last week, and because I wanted to get in touch with him and know who he is, if he's going to come on here, and if I'm going to endorse him, I wanted to make sure I could. And I wanted to know what I was talking about and what he was talking about. So I went over there and I met his daughter and I saw his practice and I was just amazed. It was really impressive. Now, don't mind me. Remember, it was a holiday and I just had a sweater on and not any makeup or anything like that. But anyway, you're going to get a little bit of a glimpse here.
Heather with the Swiss
into Heather getting ready, his daughter getting ready for Christmas too. But she kind of took me around the office a little bit and showed me until we ran into a patient, and then I was like, cut the video. We don't want the patient to be in our video. But you can kind of see the office there, and she's real proud telling me about it. You can probably turn on the sound. Can you do that?
Reaction, just to check the immune system. Are we familiar with down the hall?
Oh, sorry. Oh, I was like,
We'll bring you in there after.
Patient.
I have two main treatment rooms. Here's Dr. Usry's main room.
Okay.
So we have tons of comprehensive ways of treating people here. We use Leibowitz technique. We use QA, which is quite essential applications. We deal with an array of nutrition. When we adjust, we have drop tables in both rooms, but we also use an adjustment gun. So it makes it a little bit easier for people who aren't used to having an adjustment by a chiropractor.
Okay. Okay, well, that was amazing. I know I just shot a little bit of your office. There's much more to see, but you're going to have to just go visit Dr. Usry and get the full blow. But anyway, I just wanted to show our viewers a little bit about what you have there, Kevin, Dr. Usry. I don't know what to call him. I'm like, he seems like a friend now, so I want to call him Kevin. But I'm like, you are a doctor, so I respect you and everything. But anyway, well, is there anything else you wanted to talk about before we go into the vlog time? Kevin?
I think
Dr.
you had
Kevin?
talked about addictions.
Well, that's part of the vlog time, Kevin, Dr. Kevin.
I've been Kevin 68 years.
Dr.
So
Kevin.
let's just go with Kevin.
That's part of the vlog time. Okay, so Ben, I think it's that time again. Vlog time! It's vlog time. Well, it would be blog time, except that this is a vlog that I didn't publish. And I didn't even read it today to remind myself of any of it because it's not a really great memory for me, actually. It's something that was very difficult for me to go through. And one of the stories that I had of why I left Miami. You did leave. You did read that.
Yes, that was.
He was asking me, Dr. Usry was asking me a
lot.
lot of questions last week, to get to know me a little bit more and why I would move and all this, what I've been through. And he examined me. So the doctor knows exactly what I'm working with here, And so I said, go ahead. And if you want to answer any of these questions, I don't want to talk about it. But it's in my first podcast, which is called Why Did You Leave Miami? And one of the reasons I left Miami is because my heart got broken. And so I noticed that the doctor treats addiction. And what I was suffering from was a love addiction. And I wondered if you ever had talked to anybody or treated anyone for anything like that, or do you know anything about that?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so tell me what you know, because I went through a period in my life when I was searching and searching and searching for the answers. And the thing is, I was in a really funny situation because the man that broke my heart, after we separated and I moved here and he moved somewhere else, he was a producer of music, and I started listening to this song that he published. Or what, I guess that's what you do with music, publish it? I don't know. Make it go live? I don't know. What do you do, Ben? What do you do with music?
Publish it. You're right. You got
Publish it. Okay, so the song he published was called My Addiction. And so then that made me start listening to it.
Yeah.
And I was like, was I addicted to you, or were you addicted to me, or were we addicted to each other? Like, what, I mean, and then the more I listened to it, I thought, I think I was addicted to him for sure. And I think he was probably addicted to me too. But it was something that we both had to, had to end. But so what have you experienced?
Well, I got into the addiction specialty because reading. Well, let me back that up. I come from a family of alcoholics. My
Okay.
mother and father were violent alcoholics, so that had a big impact on my life. It created a lot of PTSD issues that I had to deal with.
Okay.
I did a lot of reading about this area. I started going to Al Anon. Al Anon was a program that was developed by the man who started Alcoholics Anonymous's wife, Lois.
Okay.
Because when you live with an alcoholic, they can drive you crazy. And to get out of that craziness, you need to learn some rules of behavior and
Well,
a
an
way of looking
alcoholic
at.
and any kind of addiction, because
Yes.
this man drove me crazy. I felt like, you know,
There are
the
five.
relationship we had for 1 year
Mhm.
drove me to craziness.
Well, there are 5 classic addictions: alcohol and other drugs, work, food, at-risk behaviors, and sex. And the looking for love area would fall under sex addiction.
Sure.
Yeah. People are looking for love. They're looking for their heart to be fulfilled. I'm not speaking about you. I'm going to speak in general. People who are trying to find love from another person really have that hole in their heart that is not going to be filled by another human being. And you really have to find where your true love can be found. And that really is within yourself. That's within your higher power. And that is the real root to all addiction problems. People don't have that sense of well being. They're always looking to find what gives them that sense of well being. It may be adrenaline rushes from at risk behaviors, it may be alcohol or another type of drug, it may be another person. And that's called codependency, incidentally, where people become dependent on each other to the point where it's not healthy. And I'm often asked, Doctor, how do I know if I'm an addict? And that's an easy question to answer. If your behavior is addictive, it will lead to negative consequences. And when you continue and double down despite the negative consequences, yes, you have an addictive issue.
Right, right. Well, does it have to have stemmed from a negative, though? Like, couldn't it have started good and then just all of a sudden, you know, and like I said, it lasted a year. At the year's end, be like, turn to addiction then? Does it have to have started from an empty place, like you say?
There's a longing that people have, and they're looking to meet that longing. The term I used, which was a sense of well-being. I have joy in my life. I guess if you're a Christian or you're Christian oriented, you say, yeah, that feeling or sense of joy you have. If you want to be more clinical, yeah, the sense of well-being. And that relies a lot on neurotransmitters.
Okay.
But it's very possible you could have a chemical imbalance that leads a person down the road to addiction, or it could be some sort of trauma or unmet need, that they experienced as they were growing up, and it had a big impact. Children can be turned around the wrong way in life by innocent things that parents or siblings do, and they misunderstand it because they don't have the adult skills to reason. They just know how it made them feel.
Right.
And sometimes it can lead down to a road of destruction or a road of longing to have a certain need met.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people, the organization that's helped more people than any other addicts, at least in the area of alcohol, has been Alcoholic Anonymous. That started in 1935. They've helped more people than any other drug rehabilitation service, company, organization, than anyone else in the world. And it's a matter of 3 steps. Recognize you're powerless over something, recognize there's a higher power that can bring you to sanity, and recognize that higher power is God.
Okay.
However you understand him.
I read something today that said that it is a brain disease, that addiction is a brain disease. What do you think of that?
Well, if you consider most of your emotions, or the large part of your emotions come from your mesolimbic system in the brain, yes, very much so. Our emotions are what drive our thinking. Our thinking is what drives our actions. that's what either leads us to become very positive, very productive individuals, or leads someone down the road of self-destruction.
Right. Okay.
25% of Americans in the world, in our world today, have addictive issues.
Exactly.
That's a large percentage.
It sure is. Now, can you help people with addictions as well?
Oh, I think
I saw you had
so,
a lot of
yes.
education on it. Have you had patients that you've helped with addictions?
Yes.
Have you ever helped anyone with a love addiction?
Well,
And would that treatment be any different, do you think?
there are some specific aspects of the treatment that you would focus on depending on what their addiction is, but there are some basic things that you have to always address. What happened to them in their early lives? What events changed their life to move in a certain direction? What is their functional biochemistry like? Do they have normal biochemical function? If not, they're not going to have normal brain thinking. And that's going to lead to all sorts of different directions that usually don't have good consequences.
Right, right. So, is there a special kind of addiction that you specialize in, addiction treatment?
No, addictive personalities.
It's just all of them.
Yes.
It's all the same, you said.
Well, it's one of the things we do. As I said, we're a family practice. Addiction would be virtually 25% of our practice, whether it's treated, recognized, or addressed. It still continues to occur. If 25% of the American population has addictive issues, it's reasonable to think 25% of my patient load, they are addictive people.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, there you go. There you have it from Dr. Usry. Okay, and I'm going to give you now the
Real estate minute.
yes, the real estate minute. It is got it today from USA Today, which seemed like a good source. Housing market predictions. 6 experts weigh in on the real estate outlook in 2024, and they said no other phrase has defined the 2023 housing market as much as the, quote, mortgage rate lock-in effect, a phenomenon that brought the industry to a standstill, putting downward pressure on everything from inventory levels to home sales. The pandemic era sub 5% mortgage rates that 85% of current mortgage holders are locked in to kept current homeowners from selling their home and buying another at an elevated interest level, which peaked at 7.79% of the week ending October 26th, according to Freddie Mac. But will things change this year? Well, there are signs that the market's conditions will be improving. Mortgage rates dropped steadily over the past 7 weeks, averaging 6.61% for a 30-year fixed mortgage the week ending December 28th, right in time for the new year. The lower mortgage rates provided a boost to existing home sales, which grew in November, up 0.8% from October and breaking a streak of 5 consecutive monthly declines, according to the National Association of Realtors. Year over year, sales fell 7.3%, down from 4.12 million in November 2022. And then they said a marked turn can be expected as mortgage rates have plunged in recent weeks, says NAR Chief Economist Lawrence Yun. Housing shortages will continue. One thing most experts don't expect to see is an end to shortage of homes for sale. Despite this, households will have more options in 2024 from a small uptick in single-family home construction and the completion of large number of multifamily units that are currently under construction, the vast majority of which are destined to be rental homes, says Danielle Hale, chief economist for Realtor.com. So there you have it. How are you in your home? Are you happy in your home right now?
Been in my home 23 years. I love my home. I love my neighborhood. I have no intention of moving.
That's wonderful. Well, you're in a great place, and do you own it?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so you're in a great place. But anyway, well, for those of you that may want to make a change in your real estate, where you live, your business, anything like that, I'm with Keller Williams. And please send me a message or reach out to my office. The number's there on your screen. And leave me a message and let me know what I can help you with. Where are you located? What are you looking for? Have you been pre-approved for a loan? Do you have proof of financing you can show? Just to let us know that we can find you something quickly and affordably in what your budget is, okay? Also, I want to be sure to share your contact information. How should my viewers contact you, Dr. Usry?
Well, you can reach me at All American Wellness. My name is Dr. Kevin Usry. Our phone number is 561-863-8779. We're right next to North Palm Beach and Palm Beach Gardens. We offer a free 15-minute evaluation and consultation. Come find out if something can be done to give you a better quality of life, because that's what it's all about.
Exactly. That's an excellent opportunity. An excellent opportunity for you, okay? Please help us out on this podcast. If you can like it. If you like it, if you're still watching right now, I think you'll like it. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, post underneath what you liked the best or what you didn't like, what you wanted to hear more about. And we're here to serve you, okay? We're all here to serve you and help you to live a better, healthier, happier life, wherever that is, okay? Mm-hmm. Anything else you'd like to add?
Nothing. I'm very thankful to be here to share my message with the public at large. I hope your interest is in finding out a better way to live your life, a more healthier life. People are living longer and longer each year. We want to make sure we're functioning along with our age. We don't want to be decrepit. We don't want to be pitiful. We want to be totally functional and enjoy every year that we have on this earth.
Great. That sounds great, Dr. Usry. Thank you so much for being
you're
here
welcome.
today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Anyway, we're sending you lots of love, and this is the last time you're going to hear from us. Happy New Year, okay? You just got to have it programmed right there that we're all always wishing you a Happy New Year and that it's going to be a happy year, okay? We love you guys. Sending you lots of love from all of us here.
Absolutely.
At Being
Love
Tracy.
to you all.